The term Anschluss is German for connection or union. In a historical context, however, it takes on a much more forceful meaning. The Anschluss refers specifically to Germany's annexation of Austria in 1938. This event was not a merger of equals or a voluntary union. It was a strategic move by Adolf Hitler and the Nazi regime to forcefully absorb Austria into the German Reich. The Anschluss was a clear violation of international law and a significant step towards the outbreak of World War II. The annexation was met with fear and condemnation by many countries, but ultimately little was done to stop it. Understanding the Anschluss requires looking back at the historical context, the motivations of key figures, and the events that unfolded in that fateful year. The impact of the Anschluss on Austria, Europe, and the world was profound and continues to resonate even today. To fully grasp the significance of the Anschluss, one must delve into the historical ties between Germany and Austria. Both nations shared a common German language and culture, which fostered a sense of shared identity among some segments of their populations. In the aftermath of World War I and the dissolution of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, a movement for unification with Germany gained traction within Austria. This sentiment, however, was not universally shared. Austria, proud of its own distinct heritage, also harbored strong voices opposed to being subsumed by Germany. The years leading up to the Anschluss were marked by political instability in both countries, with economic hardship and rising nationalism creating fertile ground for radical ideologies like Nazism. The Treaty of Versailles, which explicitly forbade a union between Germany and Austria, further fueled resentment and a desire to revise the post-war order. The rise to power of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party in Germany during the 1930s cast a long shadow over Austria. Hitler, himself Austrian by birth, made no secret of his ambition to create a greater Germany that encompassed all German-speaking peoples. He saw the Anschluss as a key step in achieving this goal, and actively supported the Austrian Nazi Party in their efforts to destabilize the Austrian government. Austrian Chancellor Schuschnigg, facing mounting pressure from both internal Nazi sympathizers and Hitler's Germany, desperately sought to maintain Austria's independence. However, Hitler's tactics of intimidation, propaganda and economic pressure gradually weakened Schuschnigg's position. By early 1938, the writing was on the wall. Austria's days as an independent nation were numbered. In March 1938, Hitler's plans for Austria were set in motion. Under the pretext of restoring order, amidst fabricated reports of unrest instigated by Austrian Nazis, German troops marched into Austria on March 12th. The Austrian government, having been given an ultimatum by Hitler demanding Schuschnigg's resignation and the appointment of a pro-Nazi chancellor, offered no resistance. Schuschnigg, realizing the futility of fighting back against the overwhelming German force, resigned in a last desperate attempt to avoid bloodshed. Within hours, German troops had occupied key Austrian cities, and the Anschluss was a fait accompli. On March 13th, Hitler himself arrived in Vienna, greeted by cheering crowds of Austrian Nazis and solidifying Germany's annexation of Austria.